Here we are. Let's get settled in. We've got a little bit longer video than I'm normally doing, but this is going to be a series that I'm going to be posting onto my YouTube channel, and we're going to be checking in to the frequency of the week. So this video, we're going to be checking out the frequency for May 12th through the 16th, I believe it is. So what can we feel into, and what's the frequency going to be like? So when I mean frequency, I mean the vibration of things. If you're used to hearing the word frequency, you're thinking like 528 hertz frequency. So it's the sound or the energy that something vibrates at. And so we're going to be getting a little bit more into depth in the card readings. I'm going to be doing just a single card. I'm not going to be giving y'all multiple cards with just a bunch of different messages. And, those were very good. It was very, very easy for people to get the message quick, get ready for the week or get ready for the day. But my intention with these videos is to go a little bit deeper now and to really begin to feel and to vibrate and to absorb the information that is coming forward. So that's why we're going to be calling it the frequency of the week. So with frequency, I'm going to start out with tuning us in and kind of getting us settled in to the video, really settled into our bodies with the 528 tuning fork. And sorry, did I say 528? So I want you to begin to really tuning into your body, feeling this vibration, feeling the frequency, and just allowing the frequency to fill your light body and to see what that feels like, and start to really connect back with body and back with your heart center and receive your information that way. So if you need to, close your eyes, get comfortable, breathe through this process. We're only going to strike it a few times just to get us set and ready for absorbing and hearing the frequency of the messages. One last time, breathe into this one. Okay. Now that we are feeling connected, feeling deep, if you're feeling things move around in your body, just breathe into it, allow it to happen. You may feel tingles, you might feel a twitch or something. That's totally normal. Just breathe in and trust that this process is whatever happens for your highest good. So I'm going to set the intention real quick to surround this reading and this video and the transmissions that come forth in the highest light of Christ consciousness. A little bubble around each of us and our fields, and we are set to go. All right, real quick, because I'm a beverage person, gonna drink my coffee. Okay, I just hit that with my hand, sorry. Okay, so what I did is I kind of tuned in real quick just to see what this week felt like, and let me get my stuff together. I am outside, so forgive the flies. Forgive me, there's flies around. All right, so the frequency that I was feeling for this week when I tuned in was just listening and softening to the stillness, allowing more of a feminine essence flow. Like the frequency to me just felt like very soft, very slow, which is why I decided to put this on. I do not normally wear stuff like this. I don't know if you know me. I don't really care to put on headbands and like wear girly stuff like this, but I saw it inside while I was getting ready, and I was like, you know what? How can I emanate the frequency of what I'm about to speak on and how I'm about to deliver the message? And I was like, we're going headband. It's because the headband feels very feminine, very soft to me. So that's what this frequency feels like. I said it feels very flowy and heart-centered actions. The word recovery came forward. So it feels like a very slowed down week, soft, and connecting back to your why. So before I pull out the card that came forward, I just kind of wanted to give forward what the process did. So I tuned in first, just what came forward initially, and the word recovery came forward. So it felt like this week was just going to be slowing down, resting, and just tuning back into your why. And lately I've been coming back to my I am, who am I? And return to your why with everything you do. Why am I showing up to this? Why am I doing this? Why am I talking to this person? Why am I pouring into this relationship? Find your why again, because that'll bring you back to your heart center. And then it'll really maybe begin to shine lights on areas that reason or that choice or that action isn't lining up with your why. And if you can't find your why, then that's also another clue that maybe it's time to tune in a little bit more to your actions and to your heart, because your heart will never lie to you. Your heart will give you your why if you truly, truly take the time to rest and go within and listen. So listen to frequencies that resonate with who you envision your highest light being. That is something else that I wrote down with us moving forward in the time that it is. I feel like we are now more light bodies, and we definitely need to be listening to more frequencies, which is why I decided to pull out the 528 tuning fork for you. Frequencies, I feel like, are where we are going. There is no longer going to be words to put to what we are feeling or the messages that are coming through. It is just going to be more of a frequency and more of a vibration, which is why I want y'all to tune in to basically your body and how it feels in your body and what you are feeling in that moment. And it's not always going to be, if I strike that 528 tuning fork, it's not always going to be light and love and pure joy. That is what's at the under level, but what may come up is sadness, or what may come up is anger, or maybe even grief, or just heartache. Whatever it is right, So if I strike the tuning fork and I prompt you to feel the light, feel the love, and you're like, I am not feeling love, I am feeling something coming out of me that is just absolute bleh, then that also needs to be felt, is what I'm trying to say. Allow for the body to tune in, and what comes up, don't pinpoint it, don't label it as good or bad energy. It's just what needs to come up, what needs to be processed to get to that feeling of pure love, pure light, and enjoyment and bliss. Vibrate at a resonant frequency. We've got to play the part. So if you are wanting to emanate at that frequency of, I am a goddess, or I am a loved being, or I am a guide, or I am a frequency that I want others to look up to, you got to play the part first. You've got to do the work, and you've got to play around with how that feels like. Because if you're just envisioning that like, oh yeah, that's who I want to be, then if that's all you're doing, you got to actually take the steps and the little tiny things to start to vibrate at that frequency. So have fun with that is kind of what I felt like. It's like, play the part, So now after that, I moved on to the card that I picked the card. And today we went with the Earth Warriors deck, Oracle deck. And it's by Alana Fairchild. That's who it is. So the Earth Warriors deck is really connecting the light workers with their earthly path and the spiritual acts that go along with it and the spiritual practices that go along with it. So the card that came out is Nana Baluku. Take a look at that. Look at that card. Beautiful, beautiful. So this card says, she rests to create. And when I saw the word rest after channeling that first message, I was like, okay, so this week is definitely a slowed down week. Whether or not it's actually a slow week at work or at home, this is just a call to make sure that you are resting in your own light and recovering and taking time for yourself and taking time to clock out of the go, 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 do, do, do. So the message with this card was that we get caught up in the thought of, if I just do these tasks, I can get to where I'm going. I want to create this, do that, make sure I upload this video, or take my car to do this, or make sure I get all these things. You're just getting caught up in the go, go, go. But this card is a reminder that this week you're going to need to find time for self-rejuvenation, because it is within the stillness, it is within the silence that we are able then to create a more big space for us to create and to birth our ideas. So it is quite the contrary what the card was saying, that you might think, oh, when I stop what I'm doing, I'm not going to get anything done. I'm going to be a bump on a log, or that's so lazy of me to just want to rest and come out back and just listen to the birds. But it is very the opposite, because when you sit in stillness and when you come to your silence, you are able to return to your inner truth, return to your why, and create that space then to flow and allow more to flow through you when you return to your doing. And I want you to begin to receive these messages and in your body and feel what it feels like to rest into the thought of even just giving yourself permission to allow it to happen, and just to sit with yourself in stillness and return to silence and begin to maybe search for your why. And maybe you don't have to search. Sitting in the stillness, maybe your why just is because I want to slow down more. Why do I do the things that I do? So that way I can feel comfortable in my body and not feel guilty for not doing. We post our worth so heavily on doing. So to close out this video, your reminder for this week is to slow down to stillness, allow time for rest, and try and see the flip side of things of how are you creating and what are you creating from allowing your body to go into the stillness of silence and to create space for yourself to listen to your why. Let me know down in the comments if this video resonated with you, what you felt when you heard the 528 frequency, and tune in more to your body's own frequency and what that feels like for you. I hope y'all have a blessed week, and I will see you for the next video. Bye, guys.